we will flash forward a few minutes to the morning meeting. When everybody is gathered for the morning meeting, Poxo enters, and yeah, he is once again. He's been wearing Jex's uniforms lately, which are a bit too big for him, of course. The dark green, the dark green of the uniform, kind of actually blends with his shaggy, bright green hair. By the way, he gets Jex's uniforms from Jex's office, where he's taken to sleeping lately. I mean, he doesn't really come across like he's trying to make himself the new captain of the ship. But number one, it's the only free uniforms available. And number two, again, he's kind of role-playing his own thing, you know? He's Space Poxo now, you know? So yeah, he sits there in his uniform, and I probably should have come up with a phrase, but he says something like, now the morning meeting may commence, or whatever. Vril actually has news. And he uses the translator box and talks into it for a couple of minutes and then plays it for everybody to hear. He has managed to isolate a frequency. It is obviously some kind of data stream between your earpieces and the ship computer. And he has figured out how to insert code into the stream, which will then propagate out to all the devices. And so what he's going to do is try to upload his translation software to your earpieces. So he whips out one of the devices that came from the bus, and he starts doing a few things. He looks a little nervous, like maybe this won't work as well or as easily as he thought it was, and he's going to be embarrassed by the whole thing. You guys don't hear anything, you know, there's no beeps or chirps in your earpieces to let you know that anything's going on. And he just keeps doing stuff, and finally he says, "Il sirve povas komani minun." And a voice in your earpiece says, "So can you understand me now?" Now there is a slight delay, a few words, 2 seconds or so, but it is possible to listen to the translation and make out the speaker's tone of voice without difficulty. So, he asks, "So can you understand me now?"
Yes.
I'm gonna nod.
Okay, he kind of looks irritated and hands you the translator box, and he starts speaking, and you hear in your ear, "Yeah, you can understand us, but we still can't understand you without the box." So he hands you the box, and you will, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys can now understand Poxo and Vril in your earpieces. He seems to have isolated a frequency that is a data stream and can insert code into it. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm. Can I grab the box and say thanks? We could use you to maybe hopefully make him stay, so we can use his knowledge of technology.
As long as he agrees that he let you have the box.
Sure.
Okay. He is unmoved. He's not really an emotional guy, but he nods like, "Yes, I am important, aren't I? And don't you forget it." But you now have access to this data stream.
Maybe I could hack into the data stream.
I'd be curious what we're sending back and forth.
What's in the data stream? Maybe like
We're certainly sending
something.
our location to the ship. Because when we were, I don't know, remember the circumstance of this, but there's the dots of showing where everybody is on the ship.
Maybe that's just the
Oh, yeah.
earpieces.
Yeah, that was the earpieces.
So it probably wouldn't show Pox and Vril.
No. So we're sending at least that amount of data to the ship, but I don't know what else we're sending.
Well, we do have the hacker who suggests that perhaps she could take a peek into the data stream. We will skip over the part of what you would use to do that, because it just occurred to me and I forgot to even think about that. However, perhaps, what about at your comm station? you're probably getting really familiar with your comm station, know how to do all sorts of things. So he could give you the frequency, and then you could sit there and start having a look at it. So we'll say this happened later if we need to, but yeah, why don't you give me, what do you think that'd be, computers? What skill do you want to use on this? I didn't even look at your sheet to see what you have.
Computers.
Okay, and then it would surely involve some intelligence. So give me that 2d6, add your computer skill and your intelligence. Make it good.
12.
Oh my. Anybody remember what 12 means?
It's
12 means you get everything. You get everything that I've got written here. So, Hira, as you poke around, you find this out.
So what I'm seeing is that they seem to be random numbers when I first look at it. But a closer look, it looks like medical data, and looks like 4 streams. There's body temperature, pulse, my screen turned off, blood pressure, oxygen, respiration rate, electrolytes, neural activity, and other stuff that I don't quite know what it is.
So being the medical type, you recognize, hey, I know those numbers. That's medical metrics. Okay.
After some data sifting, 4 encoded feeds eventually emerge. Each carries a lot of data, but it's all encrypted with a very advanced algorithm. Each stream does have 1 bit that repeats intermittently, and I think I can decrypt them. It says Hira5.hfs.bo5hm. Yeah, I don't know what these letters mean. But there's one for the 4 of us.
You could share them to Hangouts and everybody can have a look at them. Or, you know what, I can do it. It's fine. We will just pretend that Hira shared this information with
Traveler
you.
Christopher Hira 5, HFS.
Okay.
I don't think
I
you
think
can-
this has to do with our position on the ship.
Yeah.
Because, like, mine is, well, 6, and I'm the oldest. And then BO5 is probably some kind of identifier for our ship. And then I'm like the engineer and pilot.
wait, so
Boss, BO5 PW pilot, and then what's like your secondary thing?
wait, weapons? Yeah, pilot weapons.
Okay, Baronics,
Oh, and BO5 hacker medic.
and then BO5.
Your
Like sensors, or are you
Bardock.
contact science?
No. I'm contact now.
Um,
Oh.
combat. So
And combat sensors, maybe?
combat. Sorry. Maybe it's switch.
And then, so Hera, H, female, and then we're all HM for male.
Oh yeah, I see. But what is the last letter? SPRI, and all the letters
which
except
ones?
for Bardax is uppercase. See HMI, and then HMR, but the HMI, the I isn't capitalized. Wait, what? But what does this Bardax 6 and then Hera 5?
Well, I'm the oldest, maybe that's how many times I've been wiped. Maybe it's something to do with age.
I don't think it has to do anything with age
Like
because it
5.
goes 6532. Where would the B? Oh, maybe there isn't a 4 because Jax isn't here anymore.
Well, there's not a 1 either.
Maybe the numbers do mean how many times we were wiped. Because when we were, Poxo said, we came again, so maybe that did happen, but we just got wiped and didn't remember. 5 times.
So, just simple answer, you look, you see bardex6.hmi.bo5ep. What do you take that to be?
Well, M, I feel pretty confident means male.
Well, I meant you all have one of these things
Yeah,
Like an identification.
within the company,
yeah.
right? This is, if you don't have a first and last name, apparently this is how Doulos is designating you. Maybe you now know your real name, so to speak.
Or maybe we're not actually human and we're robots.
Oh,
Or
there's
at least we were grown in a lab.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of
and-
C3PO or R2D2, you're,
Or like
Maybe there's a whole line of heroes, like Hero 1, Hero 2, and so on. Hero come
Bosk
from the Hero
number
5 generation.
Oh, that's an
Yeah,
interesting
like
idea.
Bosk 2. Like I'm the 3rd Bosk. Because Bosk 3.
I'm like
Maybe.
the 2nd Bronx
Maybe.
and the 6th.
That's an
Bardic.
interesting idea. That could explain why Paco thinks he saw us.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe there is just earlier generations.
Copycat.
so yeah, now we have a new mystery to unfold.